You highly welcome, my dear brothers and sisters out there. I'm glad that you just clicked to watch this message today. Today, I would like us to talk about Abraham. We're going to talk about also Noah, and we're going to talk about Adam. You need to see the similarities between these three and the actual meaning and understanding of these names, because the scripture gives us the explanations or the definitions of what these names really are. But due to one reason or the other, how the theologians, how the seminary school teachers, and how the pastors in these different churches have taught people these things have made the people not to really understand, not to really think and know the mystery behind these names. And this is the reason why I'm glad that you just clicked this video today, because you are about to discover and understand the mystery behind these names. Talk about Adam, we talk about Noah, we talk about Abraham, we talk about Jacob. Now you remember what the scripture has said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Now what are we talking about when we talk about these people? We are talking about a specific body. We are talking about flesh that is pleasant to the Most High. During the dispensation of Noah, that body, that flesh was called Noah. During another generation, that body that is pleasant to the Most High is called Abraham. And in this contemporary time that we are in, that body, that flesh is called Jacob. You need to understand what is really going on, because right from the one, you need to understand that the Most High has been preserving a particular flesh, which he, the Most High, which Yahuwah Elohim want to bring forth his own seed from. So in every generation, he has a name that is being given to that flesh, which he's going to put in his spirit in. And this is what I want us to see today. Now let's go into the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter number 2. I want to show you something. We talk about Adam now. We talk about the man. Now listen to what the book said in the book of Genesis chapter number 2 from verse number 7. It said, and Yahuwah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So he breathed into man, and man became a living soul. So which means that this flesh, which he formed from the dust of the ground, there was no life in it until he breathed into what? Into that flesh, into that body which he has made from the dust of the ground. Now when he breathed into that body, that flesh became a living soul. So but something happened in the book of the same book. Another generation came up, but this body, this flesh, which has the breath of life in it, something happened when this flesh was cohabiting with other that do not have life in them. Something happened. So you need to remember, you need to understand that during the time that this body that had life, that had the breath of life in it, this time they were called, that body, that flesh was called Adam, was called Seth. That body was called Seth, was called Adam. So, but now we have another dispensation. This same body, this same flesh, this same body, this same flesh come to another generation. Now listen to what the book said in the book of Genesis chapter number 6. This same body we are talking about that had the breath of life in it and was cohabiting with other beings that do not have the breath of life. Because remember, the Bible makes us to understand that that Yahuwah formed man out of the dust of the ground. And then when he formed man out of the dust of the ground, he breathed into that man which he had formed from the dust of the ground. He breathed into that particular man the breath of life. So other ones were there that do not have the breath of life. But this particular one is the one that the Most High Yahuwah formed. And then when he formed this particular one, which is called Adam, when he formed this particular one, he breathed into that one the breath of life. So this is an exceptional body that is living in the midst of different body that does not have no life in them. Now listen to what the book say, because I'm about to show you something here. In the book of the same Genesis chapter number 6, I want us to check there. Genesis chapter number 6. We are going to start reading, from verse number 5. I want us to read there. He said, and Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahuwah that he had made man on the earth. So it repented him that he had made man in the earth. And it grieved him at his heart. And Yahuwah said, I will destroy man. I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beasts, and creeping thing, and the fowl of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. Now listen to what the book said in verse number 8. It said, but Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. So this man, there was too much wickedness in man. What is man? Man is a body, is a flesh that does not have the spirit of Yahuwah in it. Because what happened is, the Most High said that his spirit is no longer going to strive with man because he is flesh. Now listen to what the book said in verse number 3, so that you can be able to understand actually what happened here. I want us to go to the book of the same verse 3. What happened, to see a clearer vision of what happened in this particular verse. Because we are talking about a particular man here. He said here, and Yahuwah said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Shall not always strive with man. For that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. He said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Now, do you know what the spirit is? This spirit was the breath that he breathed into man in the book of Genesis, chapter number 2, verse number 7. He said here, and Yahuwah formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living soul. That is to say, in another way, man had the spirit of Yahuwah in him. So, but here in this particular verse number 3 of Genesis chapter 6, the Most High said that his spirit shall no longer strive. That is to say, shall no longer rest in what? In man, because man is what? Is flesh. But then I want you to understand something. Among all this flesh, there is a particular one that he found favor with. There is a particular one that he saw, and then he cherished that particular one, which is Noah. And that body is called Noah. Now listen to what the book said here. I want us to see something right there, because it's very, very important to understand and know who these people are. When we talk about Adam, when we talk about Noah, when we talk about Abraham, when we talk about Jacob, you need to be able to understand that these are names that is talking about a particular body, a particular flesh that is pleasant, that is completely different in the eyes of the Most High, that he has already set these ones aside for his own purpose. This is why he has been preserving this particular body. Now listen to what the book said in the book of Genesis chapter number 6. I want us to read from verse number 8. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. That is the book of Genesis where we are right now. Genesis chapter number 6 from verse number 8. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. Verse number 9, it says, these are the generation of Noah. Now, wait a minute. You're about to see something here. He said, these are the generations of what? Of Noah. Now, do you know what the scripture, do you know why I love the scripture so much? Here in this particular verse 9 of Genesis chapter number 6, Genesis chapter number 6 verse 9 is about to give us the definition of Noah. What does it say? I want you to follow with me. I want you to read along with me. What did the Bible tell us that the definition of Noah is? It says, now, Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. Did you see the definition of Noah right there in front of you? Did you see that the scripture gives us the definition of Noah? Do not be tossed by all the explanations of all these dumb people who went to theological school or seminary school, the way they have been brainwashed, try to tell you something different about Noah. I'm giving you what the book says. Now listen to what the Bible says here. It's giving us the definition of what Noah is, who Noah is. It says here that Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. So this particular body, during his own generation, that body was called Noah. That body, in a certain generation, that same body was called Adam. But in this generation, it was in that generation, that is in the generation that was before this generation that we are in, was called Noah. So now, after this generation of Noah, the next generation that comes forth is the generation that the same body that these people were having, that Noah had, the same body is the same body that was called Abraham. The same body. Oh my goodness, you need to understand the mystery of the book. Did you see what the book said here? Did you see what the Bible said? These are the generations of Noah. Now, Father, tell us, what is Noah? The Bible gives us exactly the definition of what Noah is. It says Noah was a just man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Father Yahuwah. Thank you so much for this revelation. He said Noah was a just man. So here we have the definition of who Noah is. And a perfect, I say perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah walked with Elohim and was perfect. Now listen to what the book says. It said, and Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah begat 3 sons. So we see right there that what Noah walked with what? With the Most High. That is to say, that particular body, which was called Noah in his generation. In that generation, that particular body, that particular flesh that was being preserved, that was being cherished by the Most High. So he decided to preserve that particular body, which was called Noah. So after a while, he wanted to bring forth the offspring of the same people, of the same people from the same body. So he chose Shem in order to bring forth another seed. From Shem, then from Shem, he got to what? He got that same body of what? Of Noah through Shem, and then that is where you got to Abraham. Who is Abraham? Abraham is what? Is a just man. Abraham is what? Is a dust. Is somebody who was formed from, is a dust, but is pleasant to the what? To the Most High. Is a certain body structure, is a certain flesh that the Most High in his own generation, because you need to understand that the dispensation of Noah is different. That is the reason why that body was called Noah during that dispensation. And now after that dispensation, what happened? The next name that came forth in his own dispensation is what? Is Abraham. And who is Abraham? I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you who is Abraham. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Let's go to the book of Genesis, because Abraham told us who he is. Just as the same way that the Bible made us to know who Noah is. Now you can see and know the definition of Noah. Who is Noah? Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. That is to say, Noah, the definition of Noah is that Noah was a just man, is a just flesh, the flesh that is just, that is pleasant to the Most High. So now we know who Noah is. So now the next one, we want to know, who is Abraham? Who is Abraham? Let's go to the book of Genesis. So we're talking about a particular body, a particular flesh, which the Most High wants to preserve for his own sake. Because remember, he put the spirit. His spirit was in Adam. He formed man out of the dust, and then he breathed into man the breath of life. But at the time, he has to take that spirit temporarily. And now he has to see. Noah was the one that was pleasing to the Most High after he has taken away the spirit. So now this particular body that was pleasant to the Most High during that dispensation was called Noah. So now, what about Abraham? What name? We need to see. Let's go to the book of Genesis. I want to show you something about Abraham. Because Abraham also is a son. Is somebody who is what? Who is a fleshy somebody who his flesh is what? Is cherishable. The Most High cherished that body. He said to Abraham, come out from that particular place. I see you there. Come out from there to a place I'm not going to show you. Because why? He liked that body of Abraham. Abraham was a just man. Now I'm about to show it to you. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter number 18. Genesis, chapter number 18. Let's start reading from verse number 1. He said, and Yahuwah appeared unto him in the plain of Mamre, and he sat at the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, my master, my Yahuwah, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, for thy servant. Let a little water, I pray thee, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and comfort you your heart. After that you shall pass on. For therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, so do as thou hast said. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah, and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the hearth, and fetched a calf, tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. Now what I want you to understand is Abraham had a visitors here. He had visitors. So he went to get something to prepare for them. Now these visitors, I want you to understand something. They were on a mission. To do what? To destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Just the same way that they were on a mission to be able to do what? To destroy, to destroy during the time of Noah, before Noah was being instructed to build the ark. So before Noah was being instructed to build the ark, this was the same way that these messengers, these angels were on a mission to be able to do what? To cause a very much destruction. They were on a mission to destroy. So now what happened? Listen to what the book said, because I'm about to show you something. In verse number 26, I want us to go through verse number 26. He said, and Yahuwah said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sake. This was when Abraham was beginning with the messengers that were being sent to destroy Sodom. So he was telling the messengers, what if there are 100 people who are righteous? So 100 flesh that are righteous. Are you going to destroy those righteous flesh together with other? The messenger said, even if there is 50, even if there is 100, he won't destroy it. Even if there is 50, Abraham was interceding on their behalf. But he was telling them, no, he won't destroy it. So Abraham was going low until, listen to what Abraham said in verse number 27 of the same Genesis chapter number 18 verse 27. Because it gets to a point, Abraham was just bringing it down from 100 to 50, from 50 to low, from low to 10, from 10. And then Abraham was like, what? In this whole of the land of the Sodom, in this whole land, you mean there's no 10 righteous people to be found in this place? 10 righteous flesh? 10? The messenger said, if there is 10, because of these people. If there is 50, because of them, he will not destroy it. Now listen to what Abraham said to the messenger about himself, because Abraham gave us the definition of who himself is. Now listen to what the book says in the book of the same place, verse number 27. And he said, and Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken it upon me to speak unto Yahuwah, which I am but dust and ashes. Did you, oh my goodness, did you see, did you see the definition of what Abraham is? Did you see that Abraham, the name Abraham means dust and ashes? Did you see that he said that he is just but dust and ashes? He said that he has taken it upon himself. What is dust and ashes? Flesh. Flesh is simply what? Dust and ashes. So he said he has taken it upon himself. He that he is a dust and ashes has taken it upon himself in order to do what? To talk to the messenger, to plead on the behalf of the people he has been trying to mediate. So Abraham gave us the definition of who he really is. Just as Noah was a just man, Abraham is a just man, which is what? Dust and ashes. Did you see what is going on? Did you realize that there's something here? This is another generation. This is another dispensation. So in this dispensation now, this name is called Abraham. This body, this flesh is called Abraham. And now we are in another dispensation now. There is another dispensation of a people who are called the sons of what? Jacob. So we are talking about a particular flesh, a particular body. Because the Most High is preserving a particular one in which he is going to bring back that spirit, which he has taken out, in order to do what? To put it back upon those body. Upon those body. Because he cherishes that body so much. This is why he said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. He has a particular seed which he has already made out, which has already mapped out. That in that particular seed, in that particular child, in that particular body is where he wants his own spirit to do what? To come back, to be put in it. Did you understand what is going on here? Did you see? Did you realize that we are dealing with what? With metamorphotical names here. We are dealing with allegory. Call it. I mean, you name it. You call the names yourself. But what I want you to understand is that you need to see. You need to realize. You need to really be able to really open your eyes and see that these names, Abraham. When we talk about Adam, you see, Adam had a son which is Seth, because Seth was the chosen one among the sons of Adam. You need to understand it. Now, when we come to the sons of Noah, you need to understand that Shem was the one that was being chosen among the sons of Noah. Just the same way that Seth was the one that was being chosen among the sons of Adam. So when Seth was being chosen among the sons of Adam, likewise, among the sons of Noah, Shem was being chosen. Now, among the sons of Shem, now Abraham was being chosen. Now, Abraham had many children, and among all the children, all the sons of Abraham, Jacob was being chosen. There's a reason why the Most High is chosen this particular people. There's a reason for it. Because he's bringing forth his own seed. He wants to bring forth his own seed. The seed where he's going to put back his own spirit in it. You need to understand what is going on. So we are talking about a particular flesh, a particular body. The Bible makes us to understand that if you are then the seed, if you are among the children of Abraham, then are you sons. Then are you sons and daughters of Elohim. You need to understand what is going on. We are talking about a particular flesh, a particular body. You need to understand that the record of the things which is contained in the book is about the generation of the earth, the generation of the heavens and the earth, more because this is the place where the heavenly bodies are passing by in order to take on a particular body. So it is being recorded where and which body they are taking in order to cross to their destination. I hope that this masterpiece have really helped you in really understanding and getting a different overview of who Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Noah, Adam, Seth. When you hear about this, remember that we are talking about a specific kind of body, flesh, because these are the generations of the earth. Shalom. Shalom.